Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. As you can see, Miss Mags is there, looking at her mouse right there. Getting ready to pounce on it. There she goes. Get the mouse, Miss Mags. I was going to have the mouse co-host, since you weren't in the co-host seat. Oh, you don't like the mouse being in the co-host seat. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have Pooh Bear there be the co-host. Alright, well, maybe Miss Mags will join us a little bit later after she's done playing with the mouse there. Anyway, just got done watching L Red Sox fan play his 1977 Red Sox replay and his 1977 Mets replay using Action PC Baseball. So check out those series. Those are some good series going on there. And had a fun time in the chat with a few of regulars there, like Ken Castro and Mr. Utah Mike and a few other. I mean, I'm Mr. Utah Mike. Sorry, the Cubs, the Bears, and I think Beatles was in there earlier in the Mets one, and a few others. I met a new guy. Joe Dirty Locks, new to me, so that was kind of cool. Chatting up with him about Providence and about music and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. But anyway, we have the 1976 Reds here by popular demand by Mr. Miller, and Al, Red Sox fan, backed it up too. Wanted to see that. So I've got the 1976 Red Sox, Cincinnati Reds, Big Red Machine. I'll be managing them. It should be a little different. And they'll be going up against the 1921 Bronx Bombers, the New York Yankees, and Babe Ruth. This is before they had Lou Gehrig and Tony Lazzeri and all those guys. They had Lou Gehrig's predecessor, Wally Pipp, there at first base. But, Stan Musial, they did have some standbys there. But a lot of the names I didn't recognize. And, Home Run Baker, too, not known as Frank Baker here. He actually played with the 1921 Yankees, which I did not realize. But anyway, Cincinnati Reds are a powerful lineup, and I picked Pat Zachary as the pitcher. He had a great year, so I went with him, and he was a righty. So he'll be on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds up against Carl Mays for the New York Yankees. So that's your pitching matchup. So let's check out the stats here. Pat Zachary had an ERA of 2.74 with a record of 14-7 back in 1976. 204 innings pitched, 170 hits allowed, 8 homers. So not bad for 204 innings. And I figured that was a good thing, as Babe Ruth hit 59 homers in 1921, was going to be in the lineup, so I figured that would be a good to have him in the lineup, not giving up many homers. 83 walks and 143 strikeouts, and opponents hit just 228 from the left and from the right. So he was equally as good against lefties and righties. All right, so your lineup for the visiting 1921 New York Yankees is as follows. Elmer Miller is the center fielder batting first. Roger Peckinpah is the shortstop, bats second. Batting third, you all recognize him, Babe Ruth. He'll be playing left. The right fielder is Bob Musial. I know I said Stan Musial. Bob Musial, spelled differently too, is the cleanup hitter playing right field. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Wally Pipp. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Frank Baker, or as you know him, Home Run Baker. Batting seventh, Aaron Ward, the second baseman. Behind the plate, batting eighth, is going to be Wally Shang. And on the mound, batting ninth, is Carl Mays. So as we're playing in a National League ballpark. It is going to be no DH today, so the pitchers will hit. We'll go over the Reds lineup when we get to the home half of the first. So in the field behind Zachary is going to be George Foster in left, Cesar Geronimo in center, and Ken Griffey in right. Both Foster and Geronimo, excellent range. Foster with an excellent arm in the left. Geronimo with a very good arm. And very short-handed, as none of them will commit many errors, and neither will Ken Griffey, who's got average range and an average arm. In the infield, from left to right, is Rose, Concepcion, Morgan, and Perez. And Rose was rated poor at third base back in 1976. Commit a fair share of errors there with 10. Concepcion, I was really surprised. Excellent range, but an E20 rating. And he did commit quite a few errors. If we look here, he committed 27 errors and only 304 putouts. So that was quite a few. That's quite a few errors there. Only a 968 fielding percentage. So he did not have a good year at shortstop in 1976. So Joe Morgan, the second baseman, average range, and does commit a fair share of errors there with the E12. And Tony Perez, also poor range, but very short-handed. So a lot of in the infield is not their best year defensively there. So we'll see how that plays out, if anything. And behind the plate, Johnny Bench, very good range and an excellent arm, and very low error rating of E2. And on the mound, Pat Zachary with poor range and commit very few errors there too. And I think that's how he holds runners on. There is his VG here. Let's just check that to be sure. His whole rating is very good. So all right, so that is your Reds defense. So Elmer Miller steps to the plate first. He hit 298 with 4 homers and 36 runs batted in 1921. Zachary looks in for the sign from bench. Here's the windup and the pitch. 3-1 pitch, ball 4. So Pat Zachary walks Miller to lead off the game. So that's how we'll begin. Next up, Roger Peckinpah. And he is an excellent bunter, so he could be bunting here. You might want to get him to scoring position. He's a 288 hitter with 8 homers and 71 runs batted in. And I think we may play the corners in. Just in case here. Here's the pitch. Peckinpah squares the bunt. Yep. Steps away from an inside delivery for ball 1. So he was thinking about bunting. I think we'll try that again. 1-1 pitch. Grounded to the right side. Morgan on the spin, throw to second, and they'll just get the 1, but they do get the lead runner as Miller is retired. So Peckinpah reaches on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth had a monster year in 1921. I think 2 years after he got traded from the Red Sox. He hit .378 with 59 homers and 171 runs batted in. Also had a great eye, walking 144 times and only striking out 81 times in 544 at-bats. So a monster year. It's too bad they didn't do splits back then. It would be interesting to see what the splits were. Anyway, so Pat Zachary has got himself a challenge here with Babe Ruth, one of the best players of all time. Looks the runner back. Here's the windup and the pitch. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. So Zachary strikes out Ruth. Amazing. So a great start for Zachary as he gets the Bambino. So Bob Musil up now. He hit .318 with 24 homers and 135 runs batted in. So a lot of production out of the 3 and 4 hitters. In all, over 300 RBIs between Musil, and Ruth. Amazing. Zachary from the set position. 3 balls and a strike. Zachary comes home. Hit down to Concepcion, who was the wait for Morgan. Making the play at second, very close, but they get the force. And they're out of the inning. So after 1/2, it's the Yankees nothing and Cincinnati coming up. The lineup for the Cincinnati Reds is as follows. Joe Morgan, the second baseman, will lead it off, followed by Pete Rose, the third baseman. Batting third is George Foster, the left fielder. Batting cleanup is Ken Griffey. Johnny Bench, behind the plate, will bat fifth. Tony Perez, the first baseman, bats sixth. Cesar Geronimo, the center fielder, bats seventh. Dave Concepcion, the shortstop, bats eighth. And on the mound, batting ninth, is Pat Zachary. So defense behind Mays is as follows. Ruth in left, Miller in center, and Musil in right. Ruth, very good range and very good arm in left. Miss Meggs is going nuts with her mouse. Miller in center is average range, very good arm. And Musil in right is average range with an excellent arm. So left to right in the infield is Baker, Peckinpah, Ward, and Pip. Names that don't roll right off the tongue. Baker, average range, will commit a fair share of errors. Peckinpah will commit many errors and is only average range. Ward, average range. Not very short-handed there. And Pip, very good range and will commit a few errors there at first. So all in all, not a very good deep infield, especially for the Yankees. Behind the plate, Shang is very good range and has a very good arm. And Mays is excellent range and a very, very good at preventing base runners from stealing. But the Reds are a running team, so expect them to be running. But maybe not a lot, as Shang is excellent, is very good behind the plate. So we'll have to see. Pick our whatever. Pick our spots here, I guess you could say. So Joe Morgan comes in, hit 320 with 27 homers out of the leadoff. Well, I have him out of the leadoff position. 27 homers and 111 runs batted in. Walked 114 times and struck out only 41 one time. So an excellent numbers for a leadoff hitter there. I think he was a leadoff hitter most of the time. Definitely had the numbers for it this year. Averages versus righties, he hit 349 versus righties, only 260 versus lefties. So 349 hitter against righties, so that's why we have him batting leadoff here. So all right, so Mays comes in. He had a 27-9 record with a 3.05 ERA, 336 innings pitched. Amazing workhorse there with 332 hits allowed, 11 homers, which is amazing in 332 innings. Although back then, home runs weren't as prevalent. He's walked 76 times, issued 76 walks, and struck out only 70, and had 7 saves. So definitely a workhorse. So expect him to go deep into the game. So Morgan steps into the box. Mays looks in for the sign from Shang. Here's the windup in the pitch. Mays gets the sign. 3-2 on Morgan. Pitch to Morgan. Morgan swings and pops up the shallow left, chasing back Peckinpah. Coming hard is Ruth, who drops to his knees, avoiding the shortstop, who makes the play. So 1 down as Morgan is retired. Next up will be the switch hitting Pete Rose. Rose hit 323 with 10 homers and 63 runs batted in, 86 walks and 54 strikeouts and 665 at-bats. Hit 343 versus righties. So Reds with a very tough lineup against Mays here. Mays an equally tough pitcher. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball down and in, and Rose would draw the walk. I think Rose only had like 10 stolen base. Didn't have a ton. find it now. Yeah, he only 9 is stolen bases, caught stealing 5, so we're not going to have him run here. So Foster up now. Foster hit 306 with 29 homers and 121 runs batted in. The next year he would hit 50 homers. I believe it was 1977. It was either 1977 or 1978. Foster would hit 50. So he'll swing away. So runner on first and 1 down. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch on the way. Slow ground ball at the middle. Shortstop Beckenbaugh moves left. Takes it in. Underhand toss to Ward at second. Over to first. And Foster is able to beat the return throw. So they just get the lead runner. So Foster reaches on the fielder's choice. Brings up Ken Griffey. Ken Griffey hit 336 with 6 homers and 74 runs batted in. Walked 62 times. Struck out 65. And on-base percentage of 401. Hit 316 versus righties. Wow, an amazing 393 versus lefties. One count. Here's the pitch to Griffey. Hit shallow left field. Not an easy play. But Ruth is up to the task, and the side is retired. So Cincinnati is unable to score in the first also, and after 1 full, it's no score. So it'll be Pip, Baker, and Ward up against Zachary here in the second. Pip hit 296 with 8 homers and 97 runs batted in back in 1921. Walked 45 times and struck out only 28. Pip sends the line drive to right, or is taken in stride by Griffey for out number 1. So that brings up home run Baker. Baker hit 294 with just 9 homers and 71 runs batted in. Now he did hit a lot of home runs back in the early 19 teens when I think he had double-digit home runs in 3 years when it was unheard of back then. Ball and a strike on Baker. Here's the pitch. Hook to right field. It's going to get down, and it's going to be a base hit. So the first hit of the game is by home run Baker as he gets a single. So runner on first and 1 down for Aaron Ward. Second baseman hit 306 with 5 homers and 75 runs batted in. Walked 42 times and struck out 68 times, which is very high back then. He is an excellent bunter, but with 1 down, we're just going to play him straight up. Pitch to Ward. Runner's going. In there for a strike. Bench throws to second. And the throw is wide. And Baker's in with a stolen base. So Baker gets the steal off bench. So runner in scoring position with 1 down. So 0-2 offering. Off speed. And just died of exhaustion. Ward way in front of it, and he goes down and strikes. So 2 down now. So it'll be up to Wally Shang if the inning has to continue. Shang hit 316 with 6 homers and 55 runs batted in. Walked 78 times and struck out 35. Baker takes the lead at second. Ball 1 on Shang. Zachary pitches to Shang. Up the middle. And it gets through for a base hit. Baker makes a turn at third. He's going to go home. What do we got? We're going to throw home. Geronimo's very good arm. Wish it was hit to Foster, but we'll try it. We're going to go for it. Throw goes home. Shang holds at first. It'll be close. And sails over. Bench said Zachary. Man, Shang takes second. So an error on Geronimo. Does very short-handed there. E4. That's why I kind of went for it too, but he airmails it over Bench's head, and that's going to be an error, allowing Shang to move to second. I think the run is going to be earned, but let's see here. Yeah, the run is earned because it would have scored anyway, but allowing Shang to move up to second, that's the error right there. So a rare error on Geronimo, and the Yankees are on the board first. So Carl May's up now. Mays hit .343 with 2 homers and 22 runs batted in. He has an RBI opportunity here. So a very good hitting pitcher. Wow, .343. I forgot I was looking at a pitcher there. 4 walks and 7 strikeouts and 143 at bats. That's pretty outstanding for a pitcher. I think I had a batter from the 1923 Giants that hit .430 something, but that was in like 80 at bats or 89, something like that. This is at 143 at bats, so Mays is a force to be reckoned with at the plate here. So let's see if he can increase the Yankee lead. Hopefully not. 0-2. Here's the delivery. Swinging a bouncing ball up the middle. It goes through for a single. Shang is around third. Shang is going for home. We got to try it with Geronimo again. He's only a fair runner. We're going to try it. Throw goes home. Mays going for second. No. Be a play at the plate. It'll be close. Throw is short. And it gets away from... Oh, man. Is that going to be another error? Geronimo is going to get his second error of the inning. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. So Mays is going to go all the way to third on that error. So Geronimo with 2 errors in the day. Now the run's still, well, at least the first run would have scored. The second one he allowed the run to get into scoring position, but probably would have never got there if he didn't commit that first error. So the errors by the normally sure-handed Geronimo, killer. As the Yankees take a 2-0 lead. As Foster goes over to console him. So 2-1 on Miller. The pitch. Pitch gets away from bench. Outside and in the dirt and went all the way to the screen. Wow. So Mays comes in with the 3rd run. So the Reds defense self-destructing. It's 3-0. Ouch. Yeah, only one of those runs is going to be earned. That's the first one. Ouch. So the top of the order is up for the for the Yankees now. Miller walked his first time up. 3-1 on Miller. Pitch on the way. Not close, ball 4. So that seems to have shaken up Zachary as he walks Miller. As bench has got to go out and talk to him now. They have to console each other. Both have have not had a good inning, especially bench, and Zachary's been the victim of 2 errors by Geronimo. So Peckinpah up now. Peck moves in the hit. Zachary in a stretch. Ball 2 pitch. Left center field. Is it going to split him? Oh, no. Goes all the way to the wall. Elmer Miller is rounding third. A double with Peckinpah. Miller holds at third. Thankfully, they didn't ask me if I wanted to have him throw home. I probably would have gone for it. I figure they can't make 3 errors in an inning, can they? So the Yankees threatening to break it wide open here. Ruth up now. Ruth struck out his first time up. 2-2 pitch. Zachary fires. Swinging a high pop-up. Shortstop moves under it. And he takes it for the 3rd out. So the Yankees put up a 3 spot. Actually, they're saying all the runs are earned. Okay. They're waiting to see what it was. Okay. So all the runs are earned, says the official score. So the Cincinnati in the hole now. Here at Riverfront Stadium. They definitely got some work to do now. It's going to be Bench, Perez, and Geronimo up against Mays. Mays now with a 3-run lead. Bench hit just .234 in 1976, but with 16 homers and 74 runs batted, 81 walks and 95 strikeouts. Definitely an off year offensively for bench in 76. Mays toes the rubber. 1-2 on bench. Bench swings and misses. And strikes out. So first strikeout by Mays. So it brings up Tony Perez now. Tony Perez hit .260 with 19 homers and 91 runs batted in. Walked 50 times and struck out 88. Hit .257 against righties. 2-2 delivery. Perez with a deep drive to center field. Back goes Miller. And he has it. So 2 down in the Reds' second. Brings up Cesar Geronimo. Geronimo hit .327 against the righties. Overall, .307 with just 2 homers and 49 runs batted in. Walked 56 times and struck out 95. Ball and a strike on Geronimo. Waste pitch to Geronimo. Popped in the air. Wide of the bag at third. Foul territory is Baker on the warning track. In front of the seats. And he makes the play. So the Reds go in order in the second. So after 2 full, it's Yankees 3 and Cincinnati nothing. Zachary will face Musil, Pip, and Baker. Musil 0 for 1 so far. Bounced into a force plays last time. Ready to go now. 2-2 on Musil. Here's the delivery. Outside pitch. Musil misses it. And he goes down swinging. So third K of the day for Zachary. So to bring up Wally Pip. Pip 0 for 1. Off the handle to the right side. Morgan is after it. Picks it. Throws while falling down. And Pip is out by a step. So great play by Morgan. So 2 down in the New York third. So Zachary 1 out away of having a 1-2-3 inning, which he really needs after the last inning. So Baker singled and came around the score his first time up. 1-0 pitch. Low fastball ground to the right side. Morgan in and out of his glove. Takes his time. Not a problem. And he gets him. So 1-2-3 go the Yankees in the third. And after 2.5, it's still New York 3 and Cincinnati nothing. Concepcion, Zachary, and top of the order Morgan up against Mays. Cincinnati still looking for their first hit. Concepcion hit .281 with 9 homers and 69 runs batted in. Hit .245 against the righties. Bounces towards first, Pip up with it, runs to the bag, and outruns Concepcion for the out. So 1 down. Brings up the pitcher, Pat Zachary. Unlike Mays, Zachary is not a good hitter. Hit only .113 with 2 runs batted in, 3 walks, and struck out 25 times in only 62 at-bats. So he struck out nearly 50% of the time. I'll take a pitch here. In there for strike 1. I'll take another. So it's 0-2 now. Bouncer in the hole. Big high bounce. Backhanded by Peckinpah. He's trouble planting his foot. Long throw. Close play. And Zachary is just out. So 2 quick outs in the Cincinnati third. Brings up Joe Morgan. He's 0 for 1. .3-1 pitch. Squibbed down the first base line. Morgan will beat it out. So Morgan with an infield single. Do we have Morgan run? I think we're going to have Morgan run. Try to get in scoring position for Rose. I mean, they stole a base off of... 2 stolen bases, I think, off of bench. And he was excellent here, so I'm going to roll the dice here and see if we can get a runner in scoring position. Even though we're behind by 3, we're going to try it. Morgan didn't get a good jump. Mays misses low inside for ball 1, so Morgan has to stay put. All right, we'll just swing away. 1-1 pitch. Rose hits one well to left, but not quite well enough, as Ruth makes the catch on the edge of the warning track. So after 3 full, it's New York 3 and Cincinnati nothing. It'll be the bottom third of the order for the Yankees. Ward, Shang, and Mays. Ward struck out his first time up. One strike pitch. Ward hits a ground ball to third. Rose plays catch with Perez, and out number 1 is recorded. So that brings up Wally Shang. Wally Shang had an RBI single his first time up. Also came around the score. Or was that a double? No, it was a single. That's right. 1-1 pitch. Hit deep to short. Concepcion a long throw. Perez a good play at the other end. Digs it out. And retires Shang for out number 1. Out number 2. Pitcher Kyle Mays up. Had himself an RBI single his first time up. Also came around the score. 1-1 on Mays. Kick and delivery. Pulled high and deep to right field. Griffey's moving back. Still going back. Just short of the wall. Hauls it in. Woo, so Mays gave that one a ride, but Griffey's able to retire him for out number 3. So after 3.5, it's still 3-0. Yankees. So Foster will lead it off. Foster 0 for 1 on the day. Three and 2 count. And it hits him. So Foster gets drilled on the left elbow. And is not very happy about that. As he goes to first, shaking it off. Trainer comes out and has a look. Goes back into the dugout. Everything appears to be alright. Just a little stinger. So Ken Griffey up now. He's 0 for 1. So the Reds with the leadoff runner on. 3-2 pitch, and it's a grounder. Down the first base line. Pip grabs it at the bag, steps on first, and Griffey's out. As Foster moves to second on the fielder's choice. Johnny Bench up now. Struck out his first time up. 1-1 count. Mays delivers. Bench pulls an inside pitch to third. Taken up by Baker. Bluffs Foster back and throws over for the out. So 2 outs now. Tony Perez up now. Rips a fastball to center. Miller's closing ground on it. And then it falls in for a hit, though. Foster rounds third. Alright, we're going to go for it. We'll assume we get a good jump here. Foster going for home. Throws home. Offense try for the second on throw home. No. Perez holds at first. There'll be a play at the plate. It'll be close. Foster slides. Flies the tag. And he's safe. So Foster is able to get in under the tag. And the Reds are on the board. 3-1. So an RBI single by Tony Perez. Geronimo up now. Infield pop-up in the second. So 1 strike count. Hit in the right center field. Drops in for a hit. And he gets by Musil. Took a bad angle on it and gets all the way to the track. Throw comes in. Tony Perez is around third. Geronimo pulls up with a 2-base hit. Ooh, he's only a fair runner. Jump average. Concepcion's up next. What's Concepcion's average? 281. I don't know what I should do here. Let's see here. He's only a fair runner. We assume we got all the way to the track. He's probably not going to... boy. He's got an excellent arm. We're not going to try it now. Alright, so Concepcion up now. Chance to tie the game with a single as tying run is at second. 0 for 1. How did he reach? Somehow reached his first time up. And just behind the dugout, so it's 0-2 count, so quickly in the hole. 1-2 pitch forthcoming. Hits Concepcion, so that'll load the bases. Unfortunately, it'll be for the pitcher, though. Oh, man. Do we get rid of Zachary this early? He only had that one bad inning. Let's see what our bench looks like. Dreesen, Lum, Aaron Bailey. Oh, man. So we get a righty on the mound. Let's look at right there. Let's see. I don't think we're going to... Mike Lum, maybe? No, he did awful. Armbrister. 273. Bailey. Bailey hit Bob Bailey. And unfortunately, our condolences to Bob Bailey's family as he passed away 3 days ago. Well, now 4 days, on January 9th of 2018. So our condolences go out to him. You know, we make a lot of fun of him on the Red Sox 1978 team, but he was a good player. He had his good years. So, condolences to him and his family. God bless. And here we go. I think we have to bring in Bob Bailey now with the bases loaded here. We're going to do it. So we're going to be aggressive here and take out Zachary. After 4 innings, this might be our best opportunity here. So we're going to bring Bob Bailey in. A pinch hit for Zachary. So Zachary's day is done after only 4 innings. So here we go. Bob Bailey comes in, hit 298 in 1976 with 6 homers and 23 runs batted in. Much better stats than he hit in 1978. Hit 304 versus righties. So here we go. Should we do pitch by pitch mode? We're going to do pitch by pitch mode. Here we go. Pitch on the way. In there, strike 1. Bailey shakes his head. May's on the rubber. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. May bounces it. Sang smothers it. So the count's 1-1. 1-1 on the way. Bailey rolls it out to second. Tough play for Ward. Can't come up with the ball. Safe at first is Bailey and Perez. So Bailey gets himself an RBI single. So Bob Bailey comes through. Excellent. And it's now a 3-2 game. Alright, so I'm glad we pinch hit there. We get a run out of it. Let's see if hopefully we can get more here. As Joe Morgan's up now. Morgan 1 for 2 on the day. He get an infield single his last time up. Pitch to Morgan. Morgan takes. High for ball 1. So 1-0 count. Pitch on the way. Mays misses it up and in. 2-0 now. So hitters count there. Very good speed on the bases at second and third. And it's going to be ball 3, 3-0. So we're going to take a pitch here. 3-0 count. Mays deals. Morgan shows bunt. That was just taking a pitch. So 3-1 now. Runners move off. 3 balls and a strike. Mays offers. Fouled straight back, so a full count now. Runners will be off. So 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Reds down 3-2. 3-2 pitch. Runners are off to the races. Bounced off the ground. Taken by Peckinpah left of the bag. And throws over to get Morgan. So Morgan is retired. But the Reds do get 2 runs. And it's now a 3-2 game. As we're going to need to replace our pitcher here. So who do we got coming up for the Yankees? Let's see here. Top of the order. Right, left. So let's see here. Let's see. Who do we bring in now? I don't think we want to bring in Bourbon yet. It's only we need. Oh boy. Hold on here. We're gonna go and check out the Reds 1976 starters there. I think I know most of them, but just want to see who might be a good long reliever here. Let's see. So I was thinking of McCaney, but I don't know. McCaney, maybe? McCaney's a lefty, so I don't think we want to bring in him yet. I was going to start, actually, Fred Norman, but he is a starter, so I don't want to appear. He did have 9 games out of the pen, though. Billingham had 5 games out of the pen. Santo Alca had 9 games out of the pen also. I mean, it started 9 games. I mean, no, relieved 9 games. That's it, yeah. Bone did pitch multiple innings though. I think maybe we'll bring in Bourbon. Eastwick was the closer, so I think we're going to bring in Pedro Bourbon, even though it is only the 5th inning. We're going to bring in Bourbon. Try to keep the game close. All right, so Pedro Bourbon comes in only the 5th inning. So Zachary can get the loss, can't qualify for the win, obviously, as the Reds are still behind. Well, Pedro Bourbon comes in with a 4-3 record in 1976, 3.35 ERA, 121 innings pitched, 135 hits allowed. That's kind of scary. 4 homers, 31 walks, and 53 strikeouts, and 8 saves. Ooh, righties hit .314 against him, so he did not have a great year. Not the Pedro Bourbon I remember, so there is other action in the Reds bullpen just in case. So Miller steps into the box. He's been up twice and he's walked twice. Pitch to Miller. Takes one in tight. Oh, that's right. Yep. I want to go back to batter mode here. So 1-0 count. So 2-1 count now. Bourbon kicks and delivers. Hitting the ground right to short. Backhanded pickup by Concepcion. Nice backhanded pickup. And a throw to first for the out. So a great play by Concepcion. There's one down in the Yankee 5th. Peckinpah up now. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Ball 1 pitch. Belted to left center. Geronimo has to go a long way for it. He's on the track. And he won't have the... it's a home run for Peckinpah. First of the year. Wow. He only hit 8 on the whole season, but he hits one here. It's now a 4-2 Cincinnati lead. As bench goes out the top to Bourbon. Definitely wants to be careful with Ruth here. They could easily go back-to-back. 1-2 delivery. Swung on a miss, so Bourbon gets him. So whatever he said worked. Fastball low and away. So 2 outs now. 1 run in from Bob Musil. Musil 0 for 2 on the day. Payoff pitch. Strike 3. So Bourbon comes back after surrendering the home run to Peckinpah, and fueled by that, he strikes out Ruth and Musil. So not the hitter you thought would hit the home run in that inning, but Peckinpah puts the Yankees on top now 4-2. So a good comeback by Bourbon to get the next 2 batters on strikeouts. So Rose up now. He'll lead it off for the Reds here in the bottom of the 5th. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Flied out deep last time. 2-1 pitch on the way. Little roll to the right side. In comes Pip. He has it. And tags Rose for out number 1. That'll be at Foster. Foster 0 for 1 with a run scored. Hit by a pitch his last time up. One-two delivery. Pulls it to the left side on the ground. Circling behind is Peckinpah. And on the first for the out. So 6-3. So 2 down in the Cincinnati 5th. That'll bring up Ken Griffey. Mays winds and delivers. Bouncer back to Baker's left. Throws to Griffey for the out. So that'll do it for the Cincinnati in the 5th. So it remains 4-2 New York. Bone back out on the hill. He'll face Pip, Baker, and Ward. So Pip 0 for 2 on the day. 1-1 offering. Lazy hopper to second. Morgan hustles and gets him. So 1 down. Frank Baker up now. Baker 1 for 2 with a run scored. 0-1 pitch. Ground Concepcion's right. He's up with it. Throws over to retire Baker for out number 2. So 2 outs and the base is empty for Ward. 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Ball is clobbered to very deep left. Breaking back on his Foster. Still going. And he makes the catch. He crashes into the wall and holds on to the ball. So a great running, terrific defensive play by George Foster. That was definitely extra bases there. At least 2, probably 3 on that one. So that'll do it for the Yankees in the 5th. So after 5.5, it's Cincinnati trails by 2. So bench Perez and Geronimo up against Mays. Mays up to 92 pitches now. Bench 0 for 2 on the day. Full count. Mays delivers. And no, they say he didn't go. So bench reaches on a leadoff walk. So good start for the 6th for the Cincinnati. So to bring up Perez. Really? Bench excellent. Well, Bench did have 13 stolen bases in 1976 and only caught stealing twice, so surprisingly good speed. Just an average runner, but surprisingly good instincts at stealing a bag when he needed to. So Tony Perez up now. Perez 1 for 2 on the day, has an RBI, and scored a run. Bench is back on the snap throw to first. 0-1 count. Mays deals. Hit late and foul. So 0-2 as Perez is quickly in the hole. 1-2 pitch now. Soft line to the left. Coming hard is Ruth. but it falls in for a hit. Bench is around second. No. So bench will hold at second. So runners on first and second now with nobody out. So back-to-back singles to start the inning. I mean, back-to-back base runners as bench walked to open up the Cincinnati sixth. That'll bring up Geronimo. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Doubled off Mays in the fourth. 1-2 count. Mays pitches. And a base hit to left field. Goes through the hole. Bench turns third. Perez rounds second. We're going to hold. So, bases loaded. Nobody out now. For Dave Concepcion. Concepcion 0 for 1. I think he was also hit by a pitch too, I believe. As Shang goes out to talk to Mays. Goes back behind the plate. Infield will trade runs for outs. 2-strike pitch. Hard grounder. Down the first base line. Right over the bag. And it's a fair ball. Makes its way into the corner. Both Perez and Bench come in to score. Musil chases it down. Geronimo is around third. Concepcion cruises with a double. Ooh. Still, there's nobody out, so we're not going to... Don't make that first out. So we're going to hold them. So a 2-run double by Concepcion. And the Reds tie the game at 4. And I'm definitely going to pinch hit for Bourbon. Although Bourbon was a .222 hitter, but he's pitched 2 innings. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Who are we going to bring in for pinch hit? Bob Bailey was successful in his pinch hit performance. Let's see who we're going to bring in. Maybe Dan Dreesen? How about Youngblood? No, he was bad. Doug Flynn? If he was a lefty, I might. Dan Dreesen? 254. On base percentage, 368. I like that. I think we're going to bring in Dan Dreesen. So Dan Dreesen's going to come in and hit for Bourbon. So runners on second and third with nobody out. So Dreesen comes in the lefty. Dreesen hit .247 with 7 homers and 44 runs batted in. Struck out 43, walked 43 times, struck out 32. Hit .254 against righties. Not so great against lefties, but .254, 368 on base percentage against righties. So here we go. 2-2 pitch on the way. Dreesen rips a curveball to deep center field. Deep but playable for Miller, retreating at the edge of the track. And he has it for 1 down. Geronimo tags up and scores easily. So a sac fly for Dreesen gets Geronimo will score. Concepcion also tags at second and moves to third. And Cincinnati has taken a 5-4 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Reds fans ecstatic. Joe Morgan up now. Morgan 1 for 3 on the day. Yankees playing the infield back. Concepcion moves off third. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Line between short and third. Baker dives, but it's by him into left field. Concepcion scored Cincinnati's 6th run, and they now have a 6-4 lead. So an RBI single by Joe Morgan. And we're going to try to get him in the scoring position. Try a steal here. Snap throw to first. Dives back. In a hurry. Is Morgan a good-sized lead? Oh, he's back. Whew. So Pete Rose up now. Rose 0 for 2 on the day. Also walked once. We're going to try another steal here. Pitch on the way. Morgan didn't get a good jump. That's a pitch out. Nothing doing. So 1-0 count. We're just going to have him swing away. Quick throw to first. Morgan's back in plenty of time this time. So they're keeping a good eye on Morgan there. Ball 1 delivery. Back to the box. Collins finds Peckinpah. And they just took a long time to develop there, so they just get the 1 out. So 2 outs now with Rose at first. So Rose reaches on the fielder's choice. Brings up George Foster. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Was hit by a pitch. Three and 1 count. Collins comes home. Foster lays off a curveball and draws the walk. So Collins now up to 119 pitches. It brings up Griffey, 9th hitter of the inning. Griffey 0 for 3 on the day, 2-0 count. Collins works to Griffey. Off-speed pitch to left center field where fielder Ruth is, and he makes an inning-ending catch. So they do bat around, and they take a score of 4 runs, and it's now a 6-4 Reds lead. So the Reds now with a lead as we head to the 7th. So who are we going to bring in the 7th? Still too early for Eastwick. Oh boy. Who do we have coming up? Shang. Switch hitter, righty. So righty. A lot of righties coming up. Okay. Too early for Eastwick. We don't have Sarmiento available. Or Rich Hinton. Oh boy. I really don't. Pat Darcy really didn't have a great year. Alright, I'm going to try Darcy. Alright. Babone had a decent outing. Well, okay outing. Did let up a home run. So Pat Darcy comes in. Darcy did not have a great year. 6.23 ERA, 2-3 record, 2 saves. Hopefully we just want to get an inning out of him. 39 innings pitched, 41 hits allowed, 2 homers, 22 walks, and only 15 strikeouts. So we're going to... Sparky Anderson's going to have a short leash on him. So Shang, 1 for 2 on the day. He is facing the bottom third of the order, so... Pitch to Shang. Ground to the right of Morgan. Tricky play. And he can't make it. Oh, man. So leadoff runner is on. Chuck Fuster is going to come in to pinch hit for the pitcher. So let's see here. Chuck Fuster hit .280 with a homer and 19 runs batted in. For Mays, so pinch hit for Mays. Forgot his name for a minute there. Chicken Hawks. And Chicken Hawks is going to come in. That's interesting. So, they must announce the pinch hitter, then we announced ours, and then I thought he had to, once they announced him, he had to come in. Interesting how they get away with that. So Chicken Hawks up now. Gotta love that name. .288 hitter with 2 homers and 15 runs batted in. Can we bring in a pitcher? I think. Let's just see if we can. I don't think we can. If so, we're gonna bring in. We're going to bring in McCaney. See if they let us. They do. Okay, we're going to bring in McCaney to face Hawks. So both managers challenging each other here. Caney Shang. 1 strike delivery. Hit hard to gap and left. Geronimo motoring. And he won't get it. Oh, no. Goes all the way to the wall. Shang rounding third. Hawks checks in with a double. Shang holds at third. Oh, man. So runners on second and third now with nobody out. Man, just 1 inning too early, though, for... What did McKinney do against... Oh, he was awful against righties. We cannot lose. Boy, against lefties, he was pretty bad, too. Ah... Alright, we might have to bring one of the starters into... Oh, boy. We need Mr. Brody here to ask him what to do. Oh, boy. That's just a lot of innings for... How many outs are there? Any outs? I don't think there's anybody out yet. No. Oh, boy. ...107 innings pitched but that was in 71 games, so I don't think he ever went like 3 innings. That's asking a lot. The game is kind of on the line now. Ah, boy. We're going to bring in Jack Bill. Let's bring in Jack Billingham. See if we get an inning out of Billingham here. All right. Jack Billingham comes in now. Billingham was 12-10 in 1976, 4.32 ERA, 177 innings pitched. Ooh, a lot of hits there, too. 190 hits, 17 homers, a lot of home runs allowed, too. So the Reds, not with a very good bullpen, other than Eastwick. Oh, boy. All right. No, I'm not going to bring him in. Hopefully we can get a strikeout here. Miller's walked twice so far. 0 for 1 officially. Here we go. Fastball curve. Be a first appearance of this season. Okay. 2 on and nobody out. The delivery. Lined up the middle. 1 hop through the infield. Base hit to center. Rand comes in to score. Hawks running third. Hawks holds at third. So 1 run in. We got to play back and try to get the double play. We got to concede the run here. We don't want this to be a huge inning. All right. So Peckinpah up. He's already homered today. 2 for 3 on the day. Oh no! Chases Geronimo to the wall. Thank goodness he pulls it in. So new ball game is the Yankees have scored 2. But we got that first big out. Oh boy. It's not going to get any easier here with Babe Ruth up now. He's due 0 for 3 on the day. Got to be very careful with him as bench goes to talk to Billingham. Make sure they're on the same page here. Don't give him anything good to hit. 2-2 pitch. Kick and delivery. Little ball hit the center. Sinking on Geronimo. And it drops in for a hit. And Miller will hold at second. So runners on first and second. Okay. We can deal with that. Just got to get this guy. Double play. Come on, guys. 1-1 delivery. Right back. Billingham's going to try to start it. 2nd for 1. Back to first. Yes. Double play. So we will take that. Even though they scored 2 runs. So if the Reds can get a run here, we'll bring in Eastwick for the 8th and 9th. So Reds. Come on, Reds. Bench started inning before with a walk. I think he started that rally last inning with a walk. So let's see if we can start it again here. So it'll be bench, Perez and Geronimo, and then Concepcion. Up against Collins now. He's in the pitch. Rip Collins, 5.44 ERA, 11-5 record. 137 hits, innings, 158 pitches. Musso makes a running catch and just in front of the wall. As you can see his stats here. 286 hit against him, so he is hittable. Come on, Perez. You could hit one out. He's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Ground ball to short. A big high bounce. Beckenbauer gloves it. And he drops it. And Perez will reach on the air. So excellent. We'll take it anywhere we can get it here. So an E6. Oh, good. So that brings up Geronimo now. Geronimo 2 for 3 also. With a run scored. 2-3 in the game. 1-0 pitch forthcoming. Line to left field. On a couple of hops. Nice. He gets a base hit. So Perez is around second. And no, we're going to hold him there. Oof, do we put him in pinch runner now? Who else did we get? I think we already brought in Dan Dreesen, so anybody else can play first? I don't think so. Nope. Nope. Oh, nope. I can't play first either, so. Alright, I'm just going to leave him in. Come on, Concepcion. Concepcion 1 for 2 with a couple RBIs. I think he had an RBI double. So runners on first, second, 1 down. 2-run double. 0-2 pitch on the way. Bounce back up the middle. Rangers behind the bag. He's up with it. Toss him Nelly at second. Cross the first. Yeah, and they turn a double play. So Reds unable to score. I think we'll leave Billingham in there. Pip 0 for 3 on the day. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. So good start for Billingham. As Pip is retired. Keeping the lead runner off. Big, keeping the lead runner off base. So Baker up now, 1 for 3 with a run scored. One on Baker. Here's the pitch. High fly ball. Belted deep to right. Oh, man. No, it's way... So home run Baker. No. Puts the Yankees up 7-6. Oh, man. So the pitcher, Rip Collins up now. They're probably going to pinch hit for him, I would think. Yeah, L.D. Varmer up now. Fortunately, we left Billingham probably in when Billingham offers. Strike 3 called. So 2 outs now for Shang. Shang 2 for 3 on the day with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Pair of singles, 2-1 Billingham deals. Shang with a ground ball to third. It's fair. Fielded by Rose. Throws over for the out. But a big home run by Home Run Baker puts the Cincinnati on top. New York on top, 7-6. And we've got a pinch hit for Billingham, definitely. All right, so who are we going to bring up with Hoyt in there? Oh, they're bringing in one of their starters there. So all hands on deck, I guess. 19-13 on season, 3.09 ERA, 282 innings pitched, 301 hits allowed, so he is hittable. Only 3 homers, though. 102 strikeouts and 81 walks, 3 saves. So he was used occasionally as a closer, so 270 hitters. Okay. All right, so who are we going to bring in here? He is a righty. So let's see here. So who do we bring in? Youngblood. Hit just 185 against righties. Plummer, 225. Lum, 238 against righties. 250 is Doug Flynn. I think we're going to go with Doug Flynn. Ed Armbruster. Dude, Ed Armbruster, 273 though. 304 on base percentage. What's Flynn? 286 on base percentage. We're going to go with Ed Armbruster, I guess. Oops. He's got a little bit of speed too. Yeah, he's our best base runner too, I think. So if he gets on, he can steal a bag possibly. Or be sacrificed over. Alright, so Armbruster up now. 295 on the season with 2 homers and 7 runs batted in. I'll remember him from the interference call in the 1975 World Series. At least that's how I remember him. 6 walks and 22 strikeouts, so he's susceptible to strike out. And we'll see. 0-2 pitch. It's a high pop fly, almost straight up. Shang moves to up the line, first base side. And just in foul ground, takes it for the out. So Armbruster falls out. 1 down in the Reds' 8th. Brings up Joe Morgan. Morgan 2 for 4 with an RBI. Come on, Morgan. You can get on. Pitch on the way. Shot third baseman who reaches across his body and goes down on one knee and makes the catch. So Baker with the catch. So Baker now does it with the glove. So 2 outs now for Pete Rose. Pete Rose hitless on the day. Come on, Pete. You can get a hit here. Come on. Right back to the box and past Hoyt for a base hit. All right, good. So Shockey is going to come in and pitch to Foster. Foster 0 for 2 with a run scored. Also been hit by a pitch and walked. I think we're going to try to have Rose try to steal second. See if we can get a jump. Rose didn't get a good jump. Maybe a changeup. And take it on the inside corner. Strike 1. Foster. Come on, let's see here. Let's try a steal again. Try one more time. 0-1 pitch. Rose for second. Pitches a ball. Throw down. And Rose is out. Alright, we head to the 9th now. Alright, we're going to bring in Eastwick now. No longer a save situation. Perhaps we can get him the win. So Raul Eastwick comes in. Had a fine year in 76. 11-5 record out of the pen with 2.09 ERA, 107 2/3 innings pitched, 93 hits allowed, 3 homers, 27 walks, and 70 strikeouts, and had 26 saves. Lefties hit 236 against him, and righties 229. All right. So McNally will lead it off. Mike McNally, the second baseman. Oh, they did a double switch still. So McNally, I think this is his first at-bat of the day. 260 hitter with a homer and 24 runs batted in, 14 walks, 15 strikeouts. Eastwood gets the sign, 2-2 pitch. Grounded to the left side. Tough chance for Concepcion. Throw across. And he nips McNally by his steps. So a fine play by Concepcion to keep the lead runner off. Brings up Miller now. Miller 1 for 2 with a RBI, is also walked twice. And delivery. Lined hard to third. Rose jumps. And it's out of his reach. Oh no. Over to cut it off and holds Miller to a single. So we can do a pickoff here. So Perez holding Miller on. Quick throw over to first. And he's back in safely. Peckinpah up now. 2 for 3 with a homer. 2 runs batted in. And he strikes him out. So 2 down now with a runner on first for Babe Ruth. 1 for 4 today. Payoff pitch. Miller takes off. And it's ball 4. So he's bench goes to the top to Eastwick. They're really going to keep it a 1-run game. Goes back behind the plate. Bob Musil up now. Hitless on the day, 0 for 4. Dangerous, though. Can hit the long ball. 24 long balls in 1921. The pitch. Well hit ball to deep left field. Foster on the track. To the wall. And he pulls it down, thankfully. Oh, my goodness. Woo! So ahead of the bottom of the 9th with the Reds trailing by 1. Foster is up and Rose is thrown out, so it'll be Foster, Griffey, and Bench, the heart of the Reds order. So they got the batters up they want to. And Shockey back out to close it here. Shockey was 18-12 with a 4.08 ERA. He had 2 saves. 245 innings pitched, 245 hits allowed, 15 homers though, so 86 walks and 126 strikeouts. So Foster in the box. Foster 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And also got hit by a pitch. And ground ball through the middle. Now he has it. Plants and throws. Very close play. And Foster is retired. Ken Griffey up now. He's hitless on the day, 0 for 4. Griffey back in the box. 2-2 delivery. Blooper out to center field. And this will drop. So 1-out single for Griffey. So the tying run is on board. Griffey has an excellent runner and has very good speed, gets a very good jump. We can't have him thrown out, though. All right, let's swing away. Long fly ball to center in the 7th. 0-1 count. Pitch on the way. Into left field. Root sprinting into the gap. Along with Mill at the track. And he makes the catch. Ruth with an amazing catch. Not only is he the Bambino, but he hasn't done much at the plate today, but he's made some great plays out in the field. So Reds are down to their last out with Tony Perez. Perez 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. They need a big hit from Perez here. We're going to do a pitch-by-pitch mode here. Safe on error back in the 7th. Shockey throws to first. Pippo puts on the tag, and he better be back safely. Another throw. Oh, man. Keeping a close eye on Griffey. Another throw to first. Man. Man, another throw over. You kidding me? 4 throws are over in a row? Pitch on the way. Fastball in there for strike 1. High changeup, 1-1. Ball 2, 2-1. 2-1 count on Perez. Toronto up next if Perez can get on. 2-2 the count now. 2-2 pitch. Count runs full count, so Griffey will be on the move here. Full count, 2 outs. Reds down by a run. Shockey looks in for the sign from Shang. Kicks and delivers. Perez goes down swinging to end the game. Ugh. Good game, though. 7-6 game. We lost, but it was a very competitive game. I'm happy with that. Sorry, Mr. Miller. I could not get the 76 Reds to win here. I know he's probably saying that can't happen. He's very skeptical about these computer games here. He doesn't believe that the results. He says the Reds should beat anybody, which I'm probably sure he'll say in this game. Anyway, it's only game 1. We still have 13 more to go. So the 76 Reds followed to the 1921 Yankees by a score of 7-6. That Reds bullpen though was very susceptible there. So what can you do? You do the best you can. Anyway, let's look at the box score. So let's see here. Carl Mays goes 5 innings, allows 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Collins gets the win, pitches 2 scoreless innings, allowing just 2 hits with a walk. Hoyt gets a hold, 2/3 of an inning, allowing 1 hit, and Shockey with the save. 1 1/3 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, and 1 strikeout. For the Reds, Pat Zachary lasted just 4 innings. We took him out for a pinch hitter. We had to at that time. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Bourbon pitched 2 innings, gave up a home run to... I can't think of who it was at the time now. See if I can find the home run part in here. Oh, no, I can't see it. Oh, the Peckinpah. I think it was Peckinpah. Yep. Solo shot. Darcy came in. Didn't record an out and pitch. Got 1 hit. 1 run. It was earned. Only threw 1 pitch. McCaney came in and did not record an out. 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. And Billingham had a blown save. Pitching 2 innings, allowing 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. It was a home run to home run Baker, which was the deciding run there. And Eastwood came in, pitched an inning, allowing 1 hit and a walk and a strikeout. So for the New York Yankees, Miller was 2 for 3 with an RBI. Peckinpah was 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Babe Ruth was just 1 for 4. Really a non-factor at the plate, although his defense was excellent. Musso was 0 for 5. And Pip was 0 for 4, so the heart of the Yankees order really did nothing. Home run Baker, though, 2 for 4 with 2 homers, with 2 runs scored and an RBI, and the game-winning RBI. Ward 0 for 3. Let's see, they did a little double switching in here, so the pitcher, Collins, did not get an at-bat. D. Vormer came in to pinch hit 0 for 1. Hoyt did not get an official at-bat. Shockey, non-official at-bat. Shang was good, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Mays 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Fuster did not get it. Second baseman did not get an at-bat. Hawks, the pinch hitter, was 1 for 1 with a run scored. And McNally at second base got an at-bat and was 0 for 1. For the Cincinnati Reds in defeat, Joe Morgan was 2 for 5 with an RBI. Pete Rose was just 1 for 4. George Foster 0 for 3 with a run scored. Griffey 1 for 5. Bench 1 for 4. So the Reds, heart of the order, really not that great either. Tony Perez 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Geronimo 3 for 4 with a run scored. Concepcion 1 for 3 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Zachary 0 for 1. Bob Bailey 0 for 1. But I think he did reach on an error. So he did extend that, even though he didn't get it. Doesn't have anything to show for it. Bourbon did not get an at bat. Dreesen had a sacrifice fly. I believe it was a sacrifice fly. Darcy, was it a sacrifice fly? Yeah, Dreesen had a sacrifice fly. Let's see. Darcy did not get an official at bat. McCaney didn't get an at bat. Billingham, no at bats. Armbrister was 0 for 1. It's a pinch hitter. And Eastwick did not get an at bat. So the Cincinnati Reds fall to the New York Yankees by a score of 7-6. This is Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. My co-host, Miss Mags, who was here a little earlier, and Mr. Brody. Thank you for joining us in this game. So if you'd like to see another game, actually, let's show you a couple more things here. Let's show you that. I know Clinton likes to see the score sheet, so I'll show you that real quick. So there's our score sheet. You can pause the video if you'd like to see that. And the game log right here. So we'll scroll through this. And the rest of it. And there it is. Alright, so we'll see our games. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting we don't need to do that. Exit game. So alright, so there are our standings now. Updated standings with our, where is it? Oh yeah, there it is right here. No, that's not it. Oh, right here. Division 4 as the Yankees win. So these are the games we have played, and these are the games we have yet to play. So all the blank ones are the games obviously we haven't played yet. So I'll scroll down the rest of it in a second. So if you see anything here you'd like to see next, let us know. Thank you, Mr. Miller and Al, Red Sox fan, for that. For this game. And Al, I'll let you choose, Al. You pick one. So if you see one here you'd like to see, let me know. I'm going to try to balance it. Try to play a game maybe from this division, from maybe the third division here. So if you see any of these teams right here that I haven't played yet, you want to see any of those, maybe the 2007 Red Sox possibly, or the, I don't know, 1970 Baltimore possibly. All right, 1948 Cleveland might be good too. 79 Pittsburgh, that could be good for. Maybe we'll do that one for Stratomatic Delaware there. And then Beatles Eternally might like that too. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. Let's see who Pittsburgh is playing, and let's see if I get to manage them or if the other team gets to manage. Yes. So that could be a good matchup. It's 1970 Baltimore against 1979 Pittsburgh. So that sounds like a good game. If I don't hear anything back, I'll assume you guys want to do that one. So Al, I think I might go with that one. So if you agree, just hit it big thumbs up. Or if you see something else you want to do, let me know, like the 07 Red Sox or something. So eventually we'll do them all anyway. So take care, God bless, and have a good night. Bye-bye now.